Hello and welcome back to an Empower Servers tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to go over game rule commands and what they do inside of Minecraft. So the first thing we need to do to even start using game rule commands is start up our server. So we're going to head to empowerservers.com, new control panel, we're going to manage our server, and then we need to make sure we have some sort of version of Minecraft installed, be it vanilla, spigot, or paper spigot. All these versions include game rule commands. For me, I have 1.16.4 paper spigot set up on my server, so that's what I'm going to be using. Once your server's online, it's so much easier to showcase how game rule commands work in game, so I'm going to hop in game and show you useful commands that you will probably need to use at some point in the future. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself up on my server so I can run these game rule commands in game. So I'm going to head to my console, I'm going to type in op and then my Minecraft username, and now I'm up. So the first game rule that you might need is announce advancements, and this basically means if someone gets an achievement in game, it will or won't show up in the chat. So the command for all game rules is /game rule, then the game rule, and on the latest versions of Minecraft, these will pop up for you, making it very useful. So you can just hover over one, press tab, and these will get automatically filled in. And then true or false. If you set it to true, then advancements will be announced in the chat, and if you set it to false, they won't. I'm going to set it to true. I like knowing if people get achievements or not. The next game rule command you might need is game rule disable raids, and this will disable the pillager raids. So game rule disable raids, and this is another true or false. The next one will be game rule disable elytra movement check. And this can reduce lag on your server, as the server will stop checking how fast people are going when using the elytras. However, the only downside to this is that people, when using elytras, could fly hack on your server, as the server is not checking how fast they are going when using the elytra. The next one is do daylight cycle, pretty self-explanatory. It's another true or false, and it basically means will it turn day and will it turn night. The next one is do fire tick. And this basically means, does fire spread? If it's set to true, then it will spread. If it's set to false, then it won't spread. So if I started setting this whole forest on fire and I had fire tick on true, it would spread everywhere and probably destroy the whole forest. However, if it was on false, then that wouldn't happen and it would just burn the one block and then stop. Another useful one for getting rid of those annoying phantoms is do insomnia. When it's set to true, phantoms will spawn, and when it's set to false, they won't. Another one that could make Minecraft a little bit more fun is do limited crafting. Basically means that you can only craft the recipes that you have unlocked. The next one is do entity drops, and this just means any entity that isn't a mob does or doesn't drop stuff. The next two that are sort of related is do mob loot, true or false again. Just like most of these commands, do mob loot basically says do mobs drop anything. Do mob spawning, do mob spawn. Another useful one is keep inventory, and this basically means if someone dies, they'll keep their inventory. The next one is mob griefing. If this is turned on at true, mobs will be able to destroy things such as blow up your house by a creeper, and endermans can pick up blocks. If this is set to false, creepers will still blow up, but they won't do any environmental damage. And finally, the last one that you might find useful is do weather cycle. If this is set to true, it can rain, it can snow. If it is set to false, the weather will always be sunny. However, you can still use the weather command to change the weather if you wanted to. If you have a question about any of these useful game rule commands, just contact our support team. Thank you very much for watching. If you require any more support, the fastest way to reach us will be via live chat, located in the bottom right corner of your screen at all times. Thank you for choosing Empower Servers.